Bonjour classe, je suis désolé pour mon absence. Ma mère vient d'avoir une opération. I just kind of wanted to give you guys something, and I know over the semester we've been doing lots of video calls with great speakers and learning lots, so I figured just in my absence that I could, at least turn in something and, use this opportunity to practice my French and butcher it in front of you guys and make you laugh. So here we go. Voici ma présentation sur la protestation agricole en France. So, histoire et contexte. Um, pour comprendre la situation, il faut regarder l'histoire. Um, Après 1945, l'agriculture, la histoire, um, beaucoup petites fermes disparaissant à cause de la modernisation et des machines. So basically, like to understand the situation, like we have to like look at the history. And after 1945, like agriculture in France changed very quickly, and many farms disappeared, and because of modernization and machinery. So dans les années 1960, il y a plusieurs crises agricoles. Les politiques, where is it going? Les politiques favorisant souvent les grandes exploitations industrielles, I believe that's how you say that, et les petites fermes souffrant. Aujourd'hui, avec la mondialisation, I'm so sorry I'm butchering it, but I'm gonna do it for you guys. Et les coûts très élevés, les agriculteurs vivant dans une grande précarité. And basically, I believe what I was trying to say there is in the 1960s, there were like several agricultural crises, and policies often supported large industrial farms, and the smaller farms really struggled. So today, with globalization and very high costs, farmers are really living with a lot of insecurities. And then I just kind of like wanted to pull up a map here to just briefly take a look at kind of just the concentrations. Like you got Grand Culture, which that is just all of the large scale farming, which you can see it's very concentrated up in the northern regions up here. And then you got your market gardening, stuff like that, which is your green, very small horticulture stuff. And you got fruits, permanent crops, dairy, cattle. That's all very concentrated in the southeast here. So just kind of to give you guys an idea of like the farming layout and the different types of crops and where they're at, livestock. And then on this next slide, we got l'occupation problème. So these are just the laws causing the new problems. So just to jump right into it, il y a aussi des nouvelles là qui créent des problèmes. La première, yeah, est le projet de la agricole 2025, qu'on appelle aussi la Dublin. So that's that main law right there. So this is the first 2025 agriculture bill, also called the Diplôme Law. And cette loi veut réautoriser un pesticide interdit. No, oh my gosh, I suck with those like crazy words. Like I can't even say like the Tylenol one, like the acetaminophen. Like I can't even say that, but it's like acetaminophen. It's a pesticide. Anyways, utilisé pour les betteraves. La loi veut aussi faciliter le grand projet durée très grande ferme. Les agriculteurs que cette loi aide surtout les grandes entreprises par les petites firmes. La deuxième loi accord commercial et Mercosur, and basically what that is the laws like want to reallow the banned pesticide that Duplome law, and that's used for like primarily sugar beets, and basically it makes it easier to build big water reservoirs and very large like industrial farms. And farmers say that this laws is really helping like the big companies and not like the small family farms. And then the second issue that I brought up here, which is the Mercosur trade deal, and this agreement brings very cheap foreign meat like chicken, sugar into France. And French farmers are saying that it's kind of really impossible to sell their products with that competition. And for them, these laws could really destroy those small farms. And then right here, I got a picture specifically of them mad at the Duplome law. They were lined up in front of the building, blocking them in, which is just one of the examples that I have of them protesting. And then this was when they were super, super mad about the Mercosur law being enacted into place. I didn't figure out specifically where that is at. I'm sure Justin knows. Justin, you're a wizard. You know everything. But I'm sure he knows. What do I got next? And then my last slide that I got for y'all, the Les protestations souvent drôles. Just funny, creative protest strategies that they had. So just starting with it, we got Comment les agricultural protestants. They got a bunch of creative ways, but the biggest ones that I've noticed is just ils bloquent autoroute avec des tracteurs. They block routes with tractors. They even got funny things that they do, which is petty. I do it. I call it Mormon blocking, when you drive next to somebody and you're blocking right with that person next to you, so the guy behind you that's driving all crazy can't go. But the French farmers actually have their own version of this. Ils font des opérations escargot. They got snail operations. Ils roulent très lentement exprès. Ils mettent du fumier devant des bâtiments du gouvernement. So they'll like block government buildings. Certains dans des pièges gratuits, just pour Paris. They would literally make like toll booths for fun and just stop people just to talk to them and goof off. It's just funny, lighthearted, goofy stuff. Ils amènent des vaches, des moutons, ils vivent pour faire rire. Oh wait, hold up. Where was I going with that? I kind of got lost up in my words. But anyway, il amène des vaches, du mouton, ville pour attirer l'attention. I don't know. I think I butchered that. But what I was trying to say was some bring like cows and sheep into the city just to get attention. So they do a bunch of crazy stuff, man. And I was having a really good time figuring out what's currently going on in just the funny, goofy ways. I like how the French people protest because it's very peaceful and it's petty and tasteful. I like it. Instead of just like trashing their city and stuff, they do very productive, funny ways to kind of get politics moving where they need to go to benefit them, especially the small farmers. But what else I got? I got a larger just picture of them in front of blocking the government building. And then I found this really funny, goofy video for y'all just to kind of finish things off and make y'all laugh. But apparently there's a bunch of like gypsy squatters that like went onto this like French farmland and they weren't leaving. And yeah, they handled that. They handled that in a really funny way. And hopefully y'all can see this video because they drove around with their tractors shooting manure and fertilizer out all over them. And it just gets progressively worse and worse. It is hilarious. Oh, it's good stuff. See, they're not doing anything violent. They're just doing just enough to get them off. And I'm sure these guys are going to leave eventually. But I'm sure the message was received for those guys that were on their land. But anywho, merci guys. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry I couldn't be there. I can't wait to see you guys Friday.